What's up, Wolfpack? Cole Greg here today out at Duthie Hill Mountain Bike Park to give you the rundown on the High Above Lookout Hip Pack. This hip pack comes in at 9 inches long, 3 inches deep, and with a width of 5.25 inches. Now if you stuff it full, you're going to get a little bit bigger here and there, but overall, very compact pack for the amount of space this pack offers. This bag is constructed of Xpac shell material with Dimension-Polyant. Basically what those fancy words means is it's super durable and waterproof. To help with the waterproofing, the zippers come with a YKK Uretek No. 8 sealing, which blows my mind as far as keeping water out of this pack. I mean, we're here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm going to be using this all winter, and it's going to get some wet rides. High Above does offer some really cool upgrades to this pack. You can see here, this is their bottle rocket. It's a detachable water bottle pouch. You can actually run one on both sides. I went with the one with the removable strap versus the fidlock bottle, just so I don't have to be narrowed down and using one bottle with this pack. I can kind of grab whatever one doesn't stink, or whatever one I didn't forget in my truck for the last week. For me, it's a convenience thing. I know the fidlock ones are a little bit more sturdy, but overall, convenience-wise, go with the bottle rocket without the fidlock. As far as security goes around your waist, it comes standard with a buckle, just your standard click in, click out buckle. They do have a Cobra buckle upgrade as well as a fidlock buckle upgrade. Again, for me, convenience, comfortability. I like the standard stuff. I'm not too picky when it comes to that. And looking at the Cobra buckle, I was looking at the profile of it, and the profile is actually a bit smaller than the buckle here, so I was worried if having it too tight it was going to dig into my stomach, which I know people rant and rave about. It just wasn't for me. Another really cool accessory that comes standard with each pack from High Above is these nifty little bungee straps. They have two little eyelets here that loop through. You can put a jacket, your knee pads. I put a water bottle in there. For me, mostly my jacket lives there, especially through the winter time. It might be nice when you get out on a ride, but an hour in, it's torrential downpour. So really, really cool option. It's not always there, so you don't have to worry about things flapping around. Speaking of flapping around, one of my favorite little trick aspects of this, let me move in, is it has these nifty little Velcro straps for the straps, so the excess material that is used to get your pack as tight as need be is not flapping around. It's awesome. And it actually provides, for me, if I'm taking the pack off or need to spin it around to actually get into it, I can loosen that up, get into it, tighten it back up, no fiddling necessary. So on to the storage of this pack. Essentially there's two pockets. You have a front smaller pocket and then the main pocket up here. This smaller pocket in the front, essentially, wet ones, COVID season, some zip ties, little bits, nothing too fancy going on here. Some nice waterproofing down here in the center. Inside the main pouch, it offers ample storage. So compared to say like the Evoc Pro Race 3 liter, the main storage area is pretty small because you have that bigger pouch in the back for the bladder, whereas this, your water's on the outside, so it gives you more interior space. I think for a pack that is smaller than that Evoc, you actually get more storage. And for me, I love that. Just one main pouch. So we have in here currently riding glasses. I have my Toe Peak multi-tool. What is this? Oh yeah, this is my Dynaplug kit with 2 CO2s and bacon strips in there. Bar number 1, bar number 2 and 3. I'm not going to toss these, but I have 2 spare GoPro batteries and this 2 small front pouches. And then an extra derailleur hanger in the other small pouch. And then my GoPro. So that's pretty much a standard kit that I'll go ride with day in, day out. I can actually fit all of that stuff except for the riding glasses in the pouch with a jacket or a shirt. So to give you a nice close look, the pack, here's the inside. You have a nifty little pouch along the back side of the pack. For me, I don't use it. Maybe I'll throw some stickers in there, but it just is kind of nice. I thought about putting my phone on that side, but I don't want it that close to my back. Then nice little drawstring for your key. Hate when those things grow legs and run away mid-ride. And again, these 2 smaller pouches, they're not zippered, they're essentially open, but they do a good job at holding the small like kind of bits you might need to keep in your pack. You can see at the bottom the inside of the shell material, little shiny, showing the waterproofing of that. So I briefly mentioned waterproofing before. Does it work? Does it not work? How do I feel about it? Well, we're going into the winter. I purchased this about 2 months ago on a trip when I just forgot my pack and needed one. Always really been keen of this brand, being a Bellingham brand, local Washington. I love what they do. It's clean, it's all black, but waterproofing. It does a really, really good job. Just 2 days ago, we were out on a ride in an absolute monsoon, like the first rain in probably 2 months of like solid, heavy rain. And the only thing that I found was here on the back in this seam area, I think the water rolling down the back of my jacket constantly onto the pad, it seemed to seep through a little bit. But other than that, nothing seeped through. I had my keys in the front here, and when I pulled them out, totally dry. So the zippers, 10 out of 10. I'd say there could be some improvement made here and around the back pad. As far as the back pad goes, it's nothing fancy. It does the trick. It doesn't have any ribbed ventilation. But because of the smaller footprint of this compared to, say, the Evoc again, you're not going to get as much heat buildup. It's comfortable to wear all day. So going back to the bottle rocket here, bottle slides out, and I've actually, depending on the ride, I'll leave this on and never take it off, but I'll put my glasses in there if I have a bottle on my bike. And one of the big things for me transitioning to hip packs was my current bike did not have a bottle cage on it, so I needed somewhere for water. And now I have bikes that have bottle cages, so it's not as necessary, but having 2 waters is never a bad idea. Usually I'll throw my water in this pouch with some sort of electrolyte mix, and then the water on my bike is just straight water. And when I run out on either one, I'll just kind of refill and keep the heavier one on my bike. When the bottle is fully filled up, this does move around a little bit. I've thought about experimenting, maybe poking a hole. I know you're not supposed to do that. Poking a hole and running a zip tie just to keep it back on the pack itself. Other than that, superb little product. Thanks for taking the time to watch the review of this little hip pack. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see a more detailed review, more of the specs, kind of ins and out use cases, check out the article we just published on thelomwolf.com. Until next time, happy trails.